to the ISPS Radio Podcast Show, hosted by Manuel T. Ferrero III, the Commissioner of ISPS. Listen in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the International Slow Pitch Softball Radio Channel on Blog Talk Radio. Call the show at 347-637-3978 and talk about slow pitch softball from around the world, equipment reviews, special guests, ISPS events, and more. That's 347-637-3978. Now, here's your host, Manuel Ferrero.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening in to another ISPS radio show podcast here on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Over there on the West Coast, it's 5 p.m. One of our guests for tonight, Donovan Pastrallo, is calling in from the West Coast. He is from Blast Motion, and we had him on last week on the Hot Corner show with Dr. Ray. We spoke about Blast Motion and how you could use it as a medical device, as a rehab device to get your swing back into optimal performance after an injury. And Dr. Ray is going to be using it with some of his athletic patients that are playing slow pitch softball here in South Florida. So stay tuned for more information about that on the Hot Corner show with Dr. Ray. I was actually able to see some of the videos finally. Dr. Ray was able to figure out how to share the videos, and I'm sure we're going to share it a little bit later, maybe after the show. You can check it out on our social media networks. While we're talking about social media, you could always follow us on Twitter at ISPSO and also on Facebook, facebook.com/ISPSO. And also we are on Instagram at ISPSO. On tonight's show, like I just said, we're going to have Donovan Pastrallo from Blast Motion and also our very good friend Greg Miceli from Tampa Bay Softball. They hosted a ISPS sanctioned event, and they have some more upcoming events soon over there in the Tampa Bay, and also their annual Clearwater tournament, which Greg is going to talk to us a little bit about shortly. Right after this short break, we're going to be right on with Greg Miceli from Tampa Bay Softball.
Hitting Jacket is the official training tool and on-deck weights of ISPS. You've seen them at our World Championships. You've also seen them at our City of Miami Invitational Tournament. Hitting Jacket improves your bat speed, your strength and power, increases ball exit velocity. Hit live batting practice with it on. You see immediate results, and it's very, very easy to use. Visit hittingjacket.com and make sure you use the coupon code ISPSHJ10 for 10% off your complete order at hittingjacket.com. Again, that coupon code is ISPSHJ10.
Now, our first guest is Greg Miceli from Tampa Bay Softball. They just hosted a co-ed event over there in Tampa, and they have some other upcoming tournaments to talk about that are sanctioned with ISPS. Greg, are you on the show with us tonight?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Greg, thanks for coming back on the show, man. How you been since the last time we heard from you? Sorry.
Good. Well, thanks for having me. Everything's going good over here. It's been beautiful out the past couple of weeks here, actually. So everybody's getting back in the groove of things and playing softball a lot more.
I bet. Isn't it beautiful to live in Florida, man?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we actually have the opportunity to play all season around here.
Exactly. Just like our friends over there in Southern California. Also in Puerto Rico, we play year-round down there. just like here in Florida, man. It's beautiful to be here in a region that you could play slow pitch softball all year round. But talking about slow pitch softball, you guys just had a tournament a couple of weeks ago, or this past weekend. What was going on over there in Tampa Bay softball?
It was a co-ed tournament. We couldn't actually accept any more teams. Everyone enjoyed themselves. We had first place prize, second place. We actually have tons and tons of pictures and videos that we took that are actually on our Facebook page. I think I might have shared a link on ISPS. I'm not too sure. If not, we can get that done. And then, everybody was grilling out and playing cornhole, football during, the breaks from each game, and it was a great time.
Beautiful. And yes, we did. We shared some of those pictures. You guys have a bunch of pictures and videos, not just pictures, but some videos that we also shared. You could follow Tampa Bay Softball on Facebook for Tampa Bay Softball. They have their own page there. If you're in the area and you want to start playing some slow pitch softball, I saw today on there a couple of free agents, individual players that are near to the area. You could contact them, or you could go to our website for more information. We also have a free agent market for any of those players looking for a team. But Greg, I know you're currently playing slow pitch softball right now, and we only have you for a couple more minutes. What do you guys have coming up?
Oh, well, I'm actually just getting done. Haven't been playing too much due to personal reasons. But the next tournament we have is actually March 29th, which is a Sunday, and it's our men's only and women's only tournament. We actually only have 2 spots left on each of those rosters. We have a max of 10 teams per tournament.
And why is that? Is that because of the facilities, the amount of fields you have available?
Yes, we have 4 fields that we utilize in Dunedin at the Van Eck, but it's just if we have more than that, it gets a little too out of hand, and you're going to have a lot of downtime. A couple of hours of downtime, and it just runs a little too late. I've played tournaments before in the past that maybe not hours, but other sanctions that have ran until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and on a Sunday,
even
it does get a little hectic.
Gotcha.
But for the most part, yeah, we like to keep it simple and calm and organized. We don't want to have too much going on that, the staff wouldn't be able to handle.
Got you. So you only have 2 spots left in women's, or 2 spots left in men's, or
I believe
what are those 2
one
spots available?
I'd have to check the back end of the website to make sure, but last time I checked, we were just about full and just waiting for some confirmations to come through with payment.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, man, congratulations on that.
Next tournament we have is, I think I talked to you about this one. It's our April 4th annual Eddie Seymour tournament, the ECM co-ed tournament. We have one every year with an after party that's going to be held at Razzle, in which after the game everybody goes out, has beverages, and has some food and everything. So it's a good time to talk to the other teams and talk about the day.
And where is that actually? Which city?
That is in Clearwater. That is at Clearwater, and those fields are called Eddie Seymour fields. Yep, they're beautiful fields as well.
And what about that midnight tournament? What's going on with that? When do you start that, and how do those midnight tournaments run for you guys?
Well, we're still working in the works to see what we're going to do with it. But usually how it works is it's basically a midnight tournament. The thing is, it ran a little late, so I want to say 5, 6 in the morning last time. So we're going to try to minimize and maybe start it around 6 or 7. All the credentials and everything about it's not set in stone yet. We're still actually in the works, but it should be at the end of the summer is what we're shooting for.
Nice. Yeah, down here we usually host our midnight tournaments in the summertime because, as you know, our Florida summers are brutal during the day, man.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Anything else you have, Greg, before we let you go and get to our next guest?
Yes, the April 19th tournament, we're actually holding in Oldsmar, and that's our first ever co-ed tournament there in Oldsmar. And the space is very limited again because we only have 2 fields there. But they also are amazing fields. We're actually getting the works of that as well. But other than that, the midnight tournament, all the specs should be set in stone in the next week or so, next couple of weeks. And then we'll be promoting more, and then we'll be touching base with you to see, what we can do for cross promotions and get maybe Red Bull or something out there like we discussed.
Definitely, man. We will definitely talk more about that. Well, Greg, thank you again for coming on, and great job by you and Jeannie and Polly over there. You can follow Tampa Bay Softball on Facebook. Just search for them, Tampa Bay Softball. And Greg, good luck with your upcoming tournaments, man, and keep up the great work. Any last words that you want to say?
Oh no, I appreciate you having me on the show again. And sorry, it's a brief interview with me. I got some things going on that I got to handle. But again, let's talk again. Maybe we can have something set up. But yeah, no, it's been great, and I continue to look forward to maximizing our tournaments, and then maybe even doing the Bahama situation that we were talking about, getting an ISPS co-ed tournament in the Bahamas.
That's right. That's coming up pretty soon. So stay tuned for more information on that, everybody. Greg, thank you once again for coming on the show. Take care, brother, and say hi to Jeannie and Polly for us, okay?
All right, brother, will do. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. And we will be right back with Donovan Pastrollo from Blast Motion right after this short break.
Hey everyone, this is Manuel Ferrero reminding you to visit our sponsor Muchera Sports at Muchera.com, the most innovative baseball and softball performance gear the Base Paths have ever seen. Muchera is the official sliding pants of ISPS. When you visit Muchera.com, make sure you remember to use the ISPS discount code, simply put ISPS, and receive 10% off your order.
And our next guest, Donovan Pastrollo, he was on our Hot Corner show with Dr. Ray last Wednesday night. If you want to listen into that show, it's on our replay, on our on-demand right here on Blog Talk Radio. We spoke about the medical uses that Dr. Ray could use Blast Motion for and to help his athletic patients bring their swing back to where it was before an injury. But today we're going to talk to Donovan about actually using it on the field and what you could do with this application and this device, this swing sensor. Donovan, are you on the show with us tonight?
I am. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being on the show, and it's great to hear your voice again. How are you?
Been well. Certainly excited to be back and chat a little bit more about the applications of the Blast Motion sensor.
Yes, and I'm sorry it took so long, but Dr. Ray had a little problem figuring out sharing the actual videos that we took that day at the tournament. So we just got them this afternoon, and we promise that we will share them to all of our followers so that they could actually see a video with Blast Motion. But why don't you tell them before we actually post it on, what will they see on that video, on those clips?
Yeah, sure. So our motion sensor is it's a small little device that attaches to the end of a baseball bat or softball bat. We also have other products attached to a golf club, or you have a wearable clip if you're doing athletic activities, or basketball, and even attaches to an action camera. So a lot of different applications, different products for those unique individual sports. But for baseball or softball specifically, we track, metrics, and those metrics will be things like your swing speed, your power and your efficiency of your swing. Was the swing up, down, or level? Things like, the bat RPM and so forth. We take those metrics and make them available to you so you can see how you're doing over a period of time. And we also can overlay those metrics right on top of video. So in the case of what you were talking about there with Dr. Ray, is you can set up the iPhone or iPad and hit record, take a few swings, hit stop record, and then we auto-curate those clips. So if you spent 5 minutes and you took a dozen swings, you don't have to watch back 5 minutes of video for those highlights. You simply watch back 12 6-second clips with the metrics overlaid right on top.
Beautiful.
An full HD video, and then you can simply share that, and that sharing can be out to your social media network. So if you had a really amazing swing, you can brag to your friends. If you need a little bit of help, you can send it through an instant message or through email to your coach.
That's amazing, man. Amazing work what you guys are doing there. Now, I know the tournament that we were actually at using the device with Dr. Ray was at Kendall Indian Hammocks, and I believe it was a bronze level division, which is our lowest men's division. And I believe the highest bat swing, if I'm not mistaken, the highest bat swing that we saw was 77 miles per hour. Am I correct? Is that an accurate? Would that be an accurate reading?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I think most of the time, depending on the age of the athlete, you're probably going to find swing speeds in the range of 50 to 80 miles an hour. 80 would be on the high side, unless you get into more of the professional player. The key, of course, is you can swing the bat really fast and really hard, but that doesn't mean you're going to have a good quality swing. And that's really where our solution comes into play. It's always fun to see how fast and hard you can hit the ball, but what's more important is controlling that swing, controlling the transfer of the power, the efficiency of that swing. You can actually get a much better performance. Ball will go further if you have a better quality swing than if you're just trying to swing and hit it really hard.
Right. No, I know, but human nature, everybody wants to see how fast they swing, and it's all for bragging rights. These guys out there, they're having a couple of cold ones. They just want to see who has the maximum swing. And it was, I believe it was a player from Fully Loaded, which is a team down here from Miami, Florida. I believe his name was Lewis, and he had a 77 mile per hour. Now, what's one of the top ones you guys have ever seen in your metrics?
Information? We do have a leaderboard, so you can actually go and look to see what the highest swing that we've recorded is. And, so you can always look at that over some period of time, or you can compete with your friends. And the cool thing is, the swing speed being one thing, we've also created another metric. I know we chatted about this just briefly prior to the last podcast, and that is this thing called blast factor, which is a combination of your swing speed, your power, and your efficiency. And that gives a really unique way for people to compete if they're at different age ranges or different, leagues even potentially. You can now compete with one another and not have to try and compete purely on the swing speed. And, somebody that has an 80-mile-an-hour swing, you may have a 65-mile-an-hour swing but have a better power or efficiency rating. Therefore, you could get a higher blast factor. So it's a nice new way to really compete and level the playing field, which is pretty cool too.
So what are the factors that you guys, what metrics do you guys take from to come up with the blast factor?
Yeah, so the blast factor is really a combination of three things: the swing speed, the efficiency, and the power. And if you break each of those down, for example, efficiency is a rating of 0 to 100, and that's comprised of things like your bat whip, the energy transfer, the bat path, the barrel acceleration, and so forth. And each of those, of course, have discrete metrics, but we take care of the math for you to make it really easy, and we give you an efficiency index of 0 to 100. Of course, 100 would be the best if you had a really good quality swing, and all of the metrics were, in alignment with what we'd expect to see them. And then from a power standpoint, we take into things like your swing speed, the time to contact, the weight of the bat. All of those go into that power, so you can see, how much energy are you generating and how much of that is transferring from the bat into the ball itself based on where you actually hit the ball. And we measure the swing speed from the core of the bat 6 inches in from the tip of it. So it's really at the sweet spots of the bat, but it's from the core, which is really cool. So it gives you a very, very accurate reading.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man. And you could basically see how you compare no matter what age or height or weight you are, if you're a little kid or a recreational softball player, you could compare your swing to the major leaguers. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And the cool thing is if you record video, it becomes a very personal experience. So as you know, metrics and numbers are only half the story. What your body is doing is really the rest of the story. And most of the other solutions in the marketplace don't have an easy way or a good way to allow you to see those metrics overlaid on top of the video and be able to share that. So the cool thing with our solution is you can really truly see the full story, the metrics in the video, what your body was doing at that moment of impact or just prior to or just after impact, and that gives you really something that the coach can help you improve. And it doesn't even have to be your coach. It could be your parents, right, or even you as an individual athlete.
Right. Now, this leads me to my next question. I really haven't messed with it a lot. I just saw it briefly with Dr. Ray. But here's a question. Does the application, or will it have it in the future, maybe in a future release, does it give you tips on what to do depending on your blast factor or your metrics?
Yeah, so that's something we're actually rolling into the application right now. We have already rolled it out for golf. So you can see the definitions of, each of these individual metrics, which we also have in baseball. But then we give you tips, tricks, and drills. So we give you things to practice to actually make that particular metric that you're trying to improve on better. So if it were your swing speed, what are factors that come into play there? If it's power or efficiency, those types of things, what can you do to get better energy transfer and so forth. All of that is stuff that is coming to our app here in the not-too-distant future.
That's amazing, man. And that's evolving through technology, man. That's great, man. Donovan, I salute you and everybody over there at Blast Motion for what you guys are doing and what you guys are coming out with. We are advocates of getting better through training, and this is just another tool that you could use instead of, altering your equipment, instead of cheating. This is a great way to actually train the right way. So, Donovan, thank you for everything you guys are doing. You want to mention anywhere they could find the product, your website, your social media, any of that stuff?
Yeah, you bet. So our product is available in retail stores. You can buy it today at Best Buy. You can go online, get it at bestbuy.com. Online, you can also get it at the Sports Authority, so TSA. If you so choose, you can go online to our website as well, blastmotion.com. We are on all of the social media sites, so if you check out the solution and you want to share some videos with us or just talk about the solution, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Reach out to us. Happy to connect with the listeners and talk a little bit more about the solution. It's a very powerful solution. We have a great belief here is that, the game should be fun. Technology is there to assist you and give you insights to give you the competitive advantage. But at the end of the day, the technology needs to get out of the way and just let you play.
Exactly. Yeah. You're right. You're totally right, Donovan. Well, Donovan, thank you again for coming on the show. And everybody out there, be on the lookout for our videos on our social media. We're going to share it. Donovan, we will tag you guys so that you guys could check it out also and give us any tips you might see. But awesome product. Visit them at blastmotion.com and all the social media networks out there. Just search for Blast Motion. Any last words, Donovan?
Lots of good solutions out there. If in addition to softball, you want to improve your other games, whether it be basketball, golf, or just enhance your athletic performance, or even extreme sports. We have solutions for the listeners, so I'd be thrilled if they check them out.
Yeah, that's amazing. Your whole line of products is really, really, really impressive, man. You really have all the major sports down packed. Really, really, really cool company, man. I'm glad we got together and we're working here together. Thanks again, Donovan, for being on the show, and good luck with everything, man.
All right, thanks, Manny. Thank you.
Thank you, Donovan. And we will be right back right after this short break.
Hitting Jacket is the official training tool and on-deck weights of ISPS. You've seen them at our World Championships. You've also seen them at our City of Miami Invitational Tournament. Hitting Jacket improves your bat speed, your strength and power, increases ball exit velocity. Hit live batting practice with it on. You see immediate results, and it's very, very easy to use. Visit hittingjacket.com and make sure you use the coupon code ISPSHJ10 for 10% off your complete order at hittingjacket.com. Again, that coupon code is ISPSHJ10.
And I want to thank Donovan Pastrallo from Blast Motion, and also Greg Miceli from Tampa Bay Softball for being on the show tonight. Please follow Tampa Bay Softball on Facebook. Just search for them, Tampa Bay Softball. And also Blast Motion is on all the social media networks. Just search for Blast Motion, and also visit them on their website, blastmotion.com. Really quick, I wanted to go over some of the upcoming tournaments. All of these tournaments, you could find them at ISPSsoftball.com. Really quick, coming up March 21st in Huntington Park, California, we're going to have a co-ed lower division tournament at Salt Lake Park in Huntington Park, California. That's March 21st. Then March 22nd, we're going to have the men's side of the tournament at the same park at, this is La Mirada, California, at La Mirada Regional Park in La Mirada, California. That same day, we're going to have a women's tournament at the same park at La Mirada Regional Park in La Mirada, California. This is the women's side of the tournament. And opening night was actually tonight, so good luck to David Sweet, who is actually running the Lakes by the Bay Tuesday night recreational softball leagues. They actually started tonight, so good luck to everybody in the league. That's at Lakes by the Bay Park in the town of Lakes by the Bay, Florida. Also, March 28th, we're going to have the third annual Rob Love Memorial Softball Tournament at Pearson Park. This is March 28th in Wellington, Florida. And back to California in the city of Torrance. On March 28th, we are going to be hosting a lower co-ed tournament in the city of Torrance, California. That's March 28th. That same day, back here in Florida, I believe this tournament is going to be changed to Bucky Dent in Hialeah, Florida. This is the old school cash bash. This one is just $225 entry. This is March 28th in Hialeah, Florida at Bucky Dent. And that winds up March. Thank you again, everybody, for listening in. I have been your host, Manuel Ferrero. Thank you to Greg Miceli from Tampa Bay Softball, and also Donovan Pastrollo from Blast Motion for being on the show tonight. And you could also follow ISPS at ISPSO on Facebook and Instagram, and also on Facebook. You could also follow me at Manuel Ferrero on Twitter. Thank you again for listening in. Tomorrow we will be on the show with Dr. Ray on the Hot Corner. learning about how to become your own bank. Check it out. I'm really going to be taking notes on that one. So listen in. That's tomorrow, Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Blog Talk Radio with Dr. Ray, the official chiropractor of ISPS. Thank you again, everybody, for listening in. I have been your host, Manuel Ferrero. Talk to you next time. Peace.
You've just heard the ISPS Radio Podcast with host Manuel Ferrero. Remember to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ISPSO and on Facebook at facebook.com/ISPSO. And check out all the info from our show and everything from international slow pitch softball on our website, ISPSsoftball.com. Listen in to the ISPS Radio Podcast every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the International Slow Pitch Softball Radio channel on Blog Talk Radio.